Hey, what's up, my Dokus? Jason welcoming you back to more The Legend of Heroes, Trails of Cold Steel. Last time, we finished up our first day of the field study. And of course, also last time, we witnessed Eustace get called to his family's mansion, leaving us to take care of the morning field study duties, which pretty much consist of, a few side quests and whatnot, which I need to, go over a little bit again, since that way we can refresh ourselves. Where's our quest log? Here it is. Okay, we got North Cruisin' Highway Monster, so that's something we'll look into since that's required. And then we have the Bite of Nostalgia. Alright. Well, let's go ahead and get started here. So, first things first. We need to go to Station Street. Because if we do, there's a few things that we can pick up here in town now that we're on the second day. I believe it is... Yep, this girl. I planned on reading this book to Rabbi when since it's popular, but he won't let me read any more of it because there was a scary part in it. Well, we won't be using it anymore, so perhaps you might like it instead. Alright, we get Red Moon Rose Chapter 5. Excellent. And now, we need to do something that is going to prepare us for a future unique event. I need to go to General Goods. And I want to buy... let's do 5 things of fresh milk. I may not need all of that fresh milk, but it'll just be useful for us. We'll go into what exactly that's for. Later on. Also, there's one other thing I actually forgot to buy here, and that is the frog strap. Once again, I have a reason for doing this. We will find, we'll go over this reason once we get to that point, but I will not be able to discuss it until we get there. Alright, now what I want to do is I want to head out towards the... specifically towards the Oroch's fort. And I'm gonna get into a fight because I didn't need to go that way.
Beginning combat. My turn. Yeah.
Okay, now that we are at Oroch's fort, this is the person we want to talk to. So this is Oroch's fort. Wait, how did I end up here? Why do these things keep happening to me? Is something the matter? You're my messiahs, sent by Adios to save me, aren't you? I'm not quite sure how you reached that conclusion. You don't seem like you're part of the Provincial Army, are you? What are you doing here? I'm lost, completely lost. I'll be fine though, no worries. That's a rather positive outlook for someone who's completely lost. Who is he? Just talking with this man is making my head hurt. Well, at times like this, it just seems logical to try and stay positive, no matter what. I think I may have reached my limit to that end, however. That's unfortunate. How did you get here to begin with? Well, I'll happily tell you, but fair warning, it's a truly moving tale of hardship and woe. I hope you've got some boxes of tissues handy. Shall I begin? I think we'll pass. Oh, come on. Is there a short version? Fine, I'll see what I can do. Actually, to tell you the truth, there's not really much to say. I wandered out onto the highway for a bit for a change of pace and happened to spot a rare butterfly, so I chased after it. And suddenly, I found myself halfway along the canyon path, surrounded by monsters. So I ran, barely escaping with my life, and turned up here. The end. I see. That sounds like quite the predicament. As weird as this guy is, I don't think we can just leave him here like this, in all good conscience. If you'd like, we'd be willing to escort you back to Bareahard. Really? You would? Oh, thank you, thank you. You're such nice people. I wish those nasty provincial army soldiers were more like you. Something happened? Well, I went over and asked one of them to escort me back to the city, but they just said that if I made my way here, I should get myself back the same way. Some people are just so cold-hearted, aren't they? Guess I shouldn't tell him I was thinking the same thing. I believe we all were. It looks as though the goddess hadn't abandoned me after all, though. Not if she was kind enough to send you my way. Should we be going then? Of course, Bareahard, here we come. Yep, and literally all we have to do is just escort him back to Bareahard. So we just have to run all the way back there.
A dangerous foe. Stay on guard.
Hold up, please. I'm sorry, but would you mind giving me a moment? Not a problem at all. Are your legs getting tired? Oh no, it's not it. I was just gazing at the valley beneath this bridge, and I thought this might be a good opportunity to calm myself down a bit. What are you going to do? You just let me worry about that. It'll only take a moment, I promise. I might make a bit of noise, though, so please don't panic. I see. What's he planning on doing? Alright then. Whoa! How far down does this valley go? Oh, no, no. I'm not going to let that scare me. Perish the thought. I hate anniversary festivals! Ah! Farewell, my youth. Much better. Shall we be off then? Did I mishear you when you said you were going to calm yourself down? I think the best thing to do right now is probably just pretend none of this ever happened. Yeah, probably. Okay, is that the direction we came in? I'm gonna be real, I don't remember if that's the direction or not. Nope, that's path 3. Okay, so yeah, no. That was not the direction. We need to go this way. Ooh. And there it is. It's in the distance. I made it. I actually made it back alive. Thank you so much for this. You're welcome. I really have no idea how to make this up to you all. Oh, if it isn't Ricky. Hey, come and let me introduce you to my good friend Ricky. Hey, Anton. You sure took your sweet time. You'll never believe what happened to me. But tragic as my story is, I made it back here all thanks to the help of these guys here. Right, I think I get what happened. Something terrible happened shortly after you left town, at which point these people came along and helped you. I knew you would understand, old buddy. This Ricky person doesn't seem exactly normal either. They do say that birds of a feather flock together. I'm more amazed at the fact that they both seem completely calm despite all that's happened. It's kind of funny to watch, though. You guys really are a bunch of good Samaritans, aren't you? Allow me to thank you as well. It takes some real guts to stick with him the whole way. You guys really are my saviors. Oh, I know. Let me give you this for all you've done for me. It's really popular over in Crossbell. Oh, thank you. I assume the both of you are traveling together then. Did you come from Crossbell? Nah, we're from Liberl. We were just staying in Crossbell for a while as part of our trip. Yeah, we've both been traveling for a few months now. We only got here to Erebonia about a week ago. Now we're planning on making our way to a new destination. Right. So you'll be resuming your journey throughout Erebonia? Yep, that's the idea. Now, but that's not all. One day, I will find my true self after all of this traveling. Or so he says. But he's almost out of money, so to do any traveling. He'll have to prioritize searching for a job over searching for himself soon. Well, that's true, but... Are these two actually friends? Anyway, thanks so much for all your help. We'll catch you later. Alright, that's the hidden mission done. Next up, we need to go to the Central Plaza once again, because our next side quest is in that restaurant. Okay, let's go ahead and talk to this guy. Owner Hemad. Greetings and welcome. Hello, Hemad. We're here to take up your request, but I'd like to thank you for that delicious meal last night first. It was good. Oh, I'm pleased to hear that. May I ask where Lord Eustace is, though? He was called back to the mansion, I'm afraid. We have plans to meet up with him in the afternoon, however. Is that so? It's too bad Eustace isn't here, considering this request is from his uncle. Anyway, about your request. Ah, yes, as you read, I would like you to gather some ingredients for me. Are you all currently free? If so, I will explain the details of what I heard, or what I need. Alright, let's go ahead and take up the request. Yes, we can take it up now. Please go ahead and explain. The request mentions something about making a nostalgic dish. Correct. Said dish isn't on our menu, but it's one that I would like you all to try. I assume it's a rather special dish then? There's no doubt about how delicious it'll be if you're making it at least. What kind of dish is it? Perhaps soup is the best way to describe it. I plan on making enough for you all to enjoy, so please look forward to that. How could we not? What is it you need us to gather then? There are two types of ingredients I'd like to ask you to gather for me. The first is globby fat, which can be collected from monsters on the highway. I need 5 of those to be exact. The other is a herb used by the Septian Church to synthesize medicines, called a healing herb. So 5 piles of globby fat and a healing herb. Where do we get the herb from then? You'll want to speak with Sister Titania at Bareahard Cathedral. I'm sure she'll be willing to part with one. Just tell her I sent you. Alright, that sounds easy enough. Shall we start on the task at hand? Yeah, let's head to the cathedral first. Roger. Alright. Now let's go ahead and go to the cathedral, which is right here, and we need to find... Is she over here? Yep, here she is. Sister Titania. Oh, good day. Is there something you need from me? You must be Sister Titania, I assume. Could we trouble you for a healing herb by any chance? Hamad from Surisare told us that you'd be able to procure some here. We'd be able to procure some here. Oh, is that so? I see. Would you mind waiting a bit while I prepare one for you? I'm going to screw up all these names, I'm just saying. Here you go. We appreciate it, sister. This is an ingredient used for making medicine, isn't it? Is it safe to use for food, too? Of course, it's a very healthy ingredient we used for food. The only issue is that it is very bitter, so some inventiveness on the part of the chef is required to hide that. I see. Emma must have some way of doing so, then. I'm kind of interested in how he does do it. Likewise, Same here. Well, thank you again for your help. You're welcome. Alright, well, now that we've done that, next we need to go... to North Cruzen Highway. Which actually, now that I think about it, let's go ahead and look at our items here. Weapons, armor, event. No, ingredients. Okay, we have 2 globby fats. So we need to pretty much just grind on monsters here for a little bit, just to try to procure one. Or procure like 3 more. I guess we'll set up some links again.
Go. It's my turn. Keep that.
It's my turn.
Go ahead and just get some attacks going. Just
My turn.
defeat the enemies pretty much as quick as we can, so that way we can
Sure.
try to collect some globby fat, which in fact we do have one.
Great.
Which that just leaves 2 more. Alrighty, now that we've got all the globby fat, we can just talk to Hamud and finish our quest. Hello again. I presume you've collected all the ingredients then? Yeah, everything's here and accounted for. Here you go. Much obliged. Please make your way over to the table. I'll begin preparing the dish immediately. How was it? I call this the deluxe herb chowder. It was beyond delicious. I sort of feel a comforting warmth throughout my body after eating it. Wouldn't mind having some of this if I ever caught a cold. Indeed, I almost feel like a bowl of this might cure it outright. I'm pleased to hear that. You did mention that this was a rather nostalgic dish. I assume Eustace had it often? That's correct. It was one of his favorite dishes even. To tell you the truth, the one who created this dish was none other than my sister herself. In other words, Lord Eustace's mother. I see. Well then. Would that make you his uncle? Kind of surprising. Oh, oops. We didn't tell you two about that, did we? My apologies. I was under the impression you were all aware. I wasn't expecting his mother to be the creator of this dish, though. His mother must have been skilled at cooking if she could think of a dish this delicious. She was indeed. She would even come by and help out here from time to time. The first time she made this soup was when Lord Eustace fell ill during his younger years. She went to the church to ask for medicinal herbs, after which she set about inventing a dish that would be both easy for him to digest and enjoyable to eat. Lord Eustace was always at the front of her mind. It really does sound like she cared deeply for him. And yet he lost her 8 years ago. Sounds like he hasn't had such an easy life after all. Someone's thinking about Eustace. Who might that be? Certainly not me. I've probably said too much. I was hoping that Lord Eustace would be here to enjoy this too, but at any rate, I'm happy that I could talk to you about all this. We got to learn a bit more about Eustace, so likewise. Well, that brings my request to an end. Thank you all for your help. There's plenty of soup left over, so feel free to take it with you. Oh, thank you, sir. Let me give you this as well. It's the recipe for the creamy chowder that this dish was based off. It can be made with more common ingredients. If you have the time, you should try and make it for yourself. I kinda want to make it right now. I feel somewhat bad being treated to a delicious dish and then being taught a new recipe. That's very generous of you. This is the least I could do for Lord Eustace's friends. Goodbye then. I wish you luck with your future endeavors. Alright, that does it for that quest, which literally means the only thing we have left to do is to, the only thing we have left to do is to go to the highway and fight that monster that we have left for that quest. So, oops. Didn't mean to engage in combat, but it's okay.
It's my turn.
We'll just usually, you know, get our way through here, beat all these guys,
Leave it to me. That takes care.
and then we'll make our way down here. And here's the enemy we must fight. There it is. Looks as strong as yesterday's. That means we'll really need to be careful, considering Eustace isn't with us today. Reen, I'm ashamed of what happened yesterday. I know we've had our share of differences, but, well, Huh? He's embarrassed. Quiet, Fee! I'm trying to... I caused problems for everyone too. My injuries were a result of my own carelessness. Hopefully, by giving this fight everything we've got, we can make up for this whole mess. Together. I'm counting on you, Machias. I won't let you down. Alright, here we go.
This one looks dangerous. Be careful.
Alright, so we have a bunch of enemies to deal with. I'm going to go ahead and skip over Fee real quick. Reason being is I want to get to Emma so that way she can do an analysis on this Venus man trap.
It's my turn.
Go ahead and just have him shoot.
I'll handle it.
Well, I guess Fee shouldn't just outright kill the enemies. She'll kill at least those, but she shouldn't kill the man trap. Alright, there we go. There's that scan, and then we'll finish it off with flame, or we'll do some damage with flame slash. I don't think we'll finish it off with flame slash. Yeah, no.
It's my turn.
Didn't think so. Alright, let's go for break shot.
Yeah.
Ethereal edge.
Not over yet.
Okay, I need to heal Fee.
Yeah. I'll handle it.
Here we go.
Oh, that's not good.
It's my turn.
Energy heal.
Thank you very much. It's my turn. Gleaming glow. My
That
turn.
missed.
Got it.
Gotcha. My turn.
I'll handle it.
Ooh. Yikes.
Here.
That
My
missed.
turn. There. Now's a chance.
Okay.
Leave it to me.
Okay, should be able to finish them off now.
That takes care of them.
And we got a level up for each character.
Success.
We won! We sure did, and in doing so, I believe we've successfully redeemed ourselves for yesterday. Good work, everyone. Suppose that gets a pass. I'm sorry, everyone. I've been dragging you all down. Especially you, Reen. I owe you double the apology. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. It's alright, Machias. Don't worry about it. If I had just answered you honestly from the start, all of this could have been avoided. So if anything, I should be the one apologizing. I'm sorry for misleading you. No. Anyway, it's all in the past now. I'm glad to have you in our group, Machias. The same to you. I'm glad the two of you were able to make up. Youth. Hey, don't make fun of us. So, as long as we're on a roll here, why don't we use this chance to make up with Eustace, too? What? If you could just be more honest with one another, I'm sure even combat links wouldn't be out of the... Not a chance. My behavior towards you was wrong, and I fully admit that. But Eustace is a whole different story. He and I are fundamentally incompatible, and nothing any of you can do, any of you do can change that. I guess getting those two to accept one another is still a long ways off. Well, we should probably head back to town, don't you think? Yes, that sounds like a good idea. Eustace should be back soon. I'm hungry. Fine, let's go. Alright, let's make our way back to town. Don't have to worry about any of the enemies in this area because we've already fought them all. So let's just make our way back to town and see what happens. Hold it right there. The Provincial Army? You're those students from Thor's military academy, aren't you? The ones who've come for a field study? Yes, that's us. Is there some kind of problem? He's the perfect match for the photo. How convenient for us. What are you doing? First year student Machias Regnans, correct? You're under arrest. Don't try to resist if you know what's good for you. What's going on? Wait, this has to be some kind of mistake. On what grounds are you arresting him? A number of charges have been filed, but the most egregious of is an accusation of trespassing into Orochi's fort yesterday afternoon. Wait, do you mean when we saw that silver object? You can't be serious. I was near the fortress at the time the intrusion occurred, certainly, but I was there with my classmates. If you aren't going to believe their testimony, then why am I the only one under suspicion? Every one of us here can vouch for him. And not just us, Eustace Bareahard was with us at the time, and can personally verify that what Machias is saying is true. You'll have to do better than that. We're outnumbered. All you need to know is that this boy is a person of interest, and we have the right to take him for questioning. There's no point fighting it. You're coming with us, whether you like it or not. Oh man. Looks like she was right on the mark. Glad I came from Legram for this. But the question is, what's the best way to handle this situation? Get in there. Ugh. Don't worry. Do as you're told and you won't be hurt. If you're found to be innocent, we'll let you out. Eventually. Damn it. How could I have been so careless? Considering Dad's position, I should have known this could happen. As I keep telling you, Machias couldn't possibly have committed the crimes he's accused of. He's been with us ever since we arrived in Bareahard yesterday afternoon. He's never left our sight. So if you really believe he was responsible, shouldn't you be arresting us as well? You're wasting your breath. Machias Regnans will be kept in our custody until he's been cleared of all charges against him. We've already contacted the Academy to inform them of this. You kids should just focus on your field study or whatever it is you're here for, and let due process take its course. Unbelievable. Oh, and one more thing. Eustace's business at the Duke's estate will take longer than expected to complete. I'm afraid he'll be unable to rejoin you. That can't... Did this come from Eustace himself? Couldn't tell you. I'm just relaying the message given to me by the Bareahard household. And don't even think of trying to go to the mansion to see him. You won't even get past the front gate. I'm betting they've had this whole thing planned out since yesterday. Which means the reason Eustace got called away is because they knew that if he were here, he may have been able to prevent Machias' arrest. I assume that's what you're going to say anyway. It makes sense. He was probably called home to keep him from interfering. Almost certainly, I'd say. It's past noon already. We should head back to the hotel. If Eustace hasn't left a message for us, we're going to need to start thinking about other ways to handle this. I'm terribly sorry. They insisted on conducting a precautionary search as part of their investigation. I believe they'll be leaving by this evening, but I'm afraid that's all I know. I see. We're very sorry for the trouble. I think we should go. Okay. Yes, I agree. So in all likelihood, the reason Machias was arrested has nothing to do with the incident at the fort yesterday. They just wanted him to because his father is the imperial governor and a key figure in the reformist faction. Basically, they wanted a hostage so they could have an advantage in future negotiations. That does seem to be the most plausible explanation. They wouldn't hurt him or anything, though, would they? I wouldn't be so sure. Tensions are high on both sides. Worst case scenario, they might use the threat of violence to get what they want. That's awful. This may well fall under the scope of our field study, though. It may be risky, but how about we try to do something about this situation ourselves? I think we should. We can't just abandon him. I'm in. Thank you both. I think our best bet here is to track down Eustace. There's no way he could possibly have been in favor of arresting Machias. Yes, I agree. This has to have been a decision made by Duke Albarea himself. But Eustace is locked up at home. Maybe his brother would help us? Rufus? He did have a pleasant demeanor when speaking with Machias yesterday, so he just might. But he said he had business to take care of in the capital, so there's no telling when he'll be back from that. So I don't think we can count on him, unfortunately. Got it. Then our only option is to break him out ourselves. Fee, that's a little excessive. Think about it. We have a perfect chance to bust him out while he's still at the guardhouse. But if they take him to the fort, we lose that chance, so we won't get another. Well, I can't argue with that at least. Alright, let's give it a try. Okay, if you're sure. We need to be as covert as possible, though. If we get caught, it has to be after Machias is out safely. If it's before that, there's no way we can talk our way out of this. But the charges against him are obviously false, so if we can get him out safely, they'll be very limited in what they can do to retaliate. Yeah, and the provincial army isn't going to want to do anything that will hurt their image either. If we can manage to get out of Bareahard, we're more or less home free. So no smoke grenades then. Smoke grenades? You don't carry those around with you, do you? What fair maiden doesn't? I don't even know where to begin listing what's wrong with that statement. Hey, Master. What are the monsters in the underground waterway like these days? Been 3 months or so since you last went down there, huh? Guessing the place is probably crawling with them again by now. Though I'm sure not going down to check. It seems pretty obvious that the provincial army's got no interest in taking care of them. How can they even sleep at night knowing their beautiful city's got nasty monsters crawling around underneath them? I'd go take care of them myself if someone put a request in. Well, if I hear anything of the sort, I'll send a message over to Legram and let you know. Sure, make you some good scratch. Cheers to that, Master. Alright, I'd better be going. Looking forward to dropping by for another of your espressos sometime. Sure, I'll get you on the way back if you can make it. Huh? Don't see many people dressed like that around here. Those are some fancy red uniforms. You guys students or something? Oh, yes, sir, we are. We're from Thor's Military Academy in Trista. We were sent here for a field study as part of our curriculum. Thor's, huh? Pretty fancy place, ain't it? I've got no idea what they got you doing it for your field study, but good luck. Bareahard's a pretty nice city, but it's not without its fair share of problems. Excuse me. Do you know that blonde-haired man who just left? Oh, Toval? Sure, he's a bracer. A bracer? Huh. I haven't seen a bracer in a long time. Probably because there just aren't that many around anymore. Yeah, there used to be a guild branch here in Bareahard, but it's been closed for a couple years now. Toval just comes by train from the Legram branch every so often. Really? By the way, I didn't mean to eavesdrop, but I thought I overheard you say something about monsters in an underground waterway? Oh, that. Yes, there's a huge network of waterways beneath the city. Been there for a long time now. And it's chock full of monsters. When the guild still had a branch here, the bracers would clear them out. But nowadays, nobody goes near it, and the waterway's just sort of stagnating under the provincial army's control. Because they're too proud to trouble themselves with fighting monsters, of course. How much ground does the waterway cover? Supposedly all the way from the east side of the city to the west. So, from the station to somewhere under the Noble District, I'd guess? Heard a rumor that a while back that it even goes under the Duke's mansion, and that's probably just one of those urban legends. Well, that was a well-timed clue. Yeah, an underground waterway built in the Middle Ages that extends all the way to the Noble District. It's almost too perfect. Seems likely that it's connected to the Provincial Army's guardhouse where Machias is being held too. The guardhouse itself was probably built in the Middle Ages too, so that would stand to reason. If we use the waterway, we may be able to rescue him without being discovered. Alright, let's give it a shot. There must be an entrance accessible into the town, if the bracers were able to get inside to exterminate the monsters. That's a good point. We should search the whole route between the Noble District and the Station District. Roger that. Alright, and that's what we're gonna do next time. So, next time on The Legend of Heroes, Trails of Cold Steel, we're gonna go in search of that entrance to the waterway, so we can go save Machias. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked this video, make sure you give it a like, shoots out a ton. Make sure to subscribe dibbly if you've not already. And I will see you guys all later.